Hi, everybody. Welcome to episode 339 of the Elizabeth Chance podcast, formerly known as Busy Living Sober. Today, I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, SoberLink. Imagine you've just gotten sober, you're working on your program, checking in with a recovery coach, maintaining employment, and thriving. Now imagine none of your closest friends or family believes you. So much trust is lost during active addiction, and it can be hard to convince loved ones that things are different, that you're different. SoberLink can help. SoberLink's remote alcohol monitoring system is designed to help you sustain a sober lifestyle while rebuilding trust with loved ones. It's small enough to fit into your purse or pocket and discreet enough to use in public. SoberLink's devices combine facial recognition, tamper detection, and real-time results so friends and family know instantly that you're sober and working towards your recovery goals. As a certified recovery specialist myself, I really can't think of a better tool to maintain accountability, strengthen community, and prove sobriety to loved ones. Make 2023 a memorable one. Visit www.soberlink.com/BLS to sign up and receive $50 off your device. Check it out. So now I bought a mic. Isn't that fun? I'm kind of trying to get legit. Prior to me heading over across the pond, I'm heading over to Amsterdam and Paris on Monday. So it's going to be kind of exciting. I'm really excited, actually. I'm going to meet my health and wellness coach team that taught me, and I'm going to go see Henry speak in Paris. It's kind of all exciting. I can't even believe these gifts are happening in my life. I can't believe it. It's just crazy, right? Life is crazy. And I have so many things I want to talk about today. For one, I want to talk about how so many people identify what the problem is in one's life, right? We can all identify problems. I want solutions. Like, I'm a solution girl. I don't want to keep pondering on and on about problems. I want to find a solution. And it's interesting. I mentioned last week that I was reading that estrangement book by Dr. Joshua Coleman. And then yesterday I got on a webinar, which I think he kicked me off of. I don't want to take it personally, but it was kind of crazy because I got kicked off, and then I tried to go back and I couldn't. And of course, I always think that's about me. But I found it really, really interesting that he kept pointing out these obvious things when we're going through a family with estrangement. I've had estrangement in my family since, I was born with my family members having it. It's gone generationally in my family. And someone actually, this guy emailed me, and he was like, this is an Irish thing, isn't it? I think it's an everything thing now. It's really happening all over the place, this estrangement, and family members deciding they're not going to talk to you anymore. And it hurts so much, and you're like, what am I going to do? And especially when kids get into relationships with other people, and you're like, oh my gosh, now I'm not talking to them. Is it about the other person? I don't want to put this on this other person I don't even know, but why is this loved one not talking to me anymore? And I went yesterday and I listened to this. I only listened to probably 45 minutes of this talk that Dr. Coleman gave, but it was all about the problem. And he was talking about how when loved ones stop talking to us, we should really just bend over kind of and just say, sure, you're not talking to me. I can just take it. I'm going to apologize for something I don't even know what I did wrong, but I'm going to go and do that so that you'll talk to me. And he talked about how it's like when somebody stops talking to you, it's kind of like they've joined a cult and they no longer want to talk to you anymore. And this isn't as much about friends as it is about family for me, because I think family's a harder thing than friends, right? Like, some friends come into your life for a season, come in for a reason. That all makes sense. But when somebody comes and it's a family member and you're like, okay, now they're not talking to me anymore. And how do I go back to that? How do I fix it? And there's all these big buzzwords I didn't realize that he mentioned, which were he said, well, maybe they're going to tell you, family members will tell you, well, you're a narcissist. And I remember my mom using that word all the time, going, oh my God, your father's a narcissist. And I'd be like, I don't even know what that means. And now I've been told I'm a narcissist and that I am also a gaslighter, which I didn't even know what that was. I had no idea. All these things I'm learning as my children get older. and recognizing these things that are going on. And I thought it only happened because we had an alcoholic family. Our family was alcoholic, and and if you're watching me on YouTube, you can see me do the air quotes. But if you're just listening, I'm doing air quotes right now. And these buzzwords that we have, and how life is just, it's interesting. I thought, of course, what am I? I am idyllic. I'm positive. I might be delusional, my kids say. But, I thought I'm going to get sober. And my kids, again, were young. So Kent was 10, just had turned 10. Hadley was 8 and about to turn 9. And Henry was about to turn 7. So my kids were little. And I thought, now that I'm sober, my kids are little, I'm going to have a normal family. I changed the generational thing. I went back. I went and did something different. I stopped drinking. I became, I got a program. I got a toolbox. I learned how to deal with life. I definitely was not perfect. And I would still get frustrated, and I'd still scream at my kids and all the rest of it, normal stuff that you would do. But I didn't show up to school drunk. I didn't pick them up drunk. I didn't have alcohol in my house. I wasn't drinking. When my kids, I didn't drink. So I thought, this is it. I did the right thing, and now my life's going to be perfect. Bang. Wrong idea. Wrong idea, 100%. It was not that it was, it hasn't been perfect by any stretch of the imagination. Everything that I wanted to happen, it's not happening, right? I'm right now, I'm going through this, and it's so devastating having some estrangement in your family. I mean, my family of origin, I haven't talked to them in years. Nobody talks to anybody. I think other people talk to me. I'm just talking about me. I can't talk about somebody else. But for me, I don't talk to them. And then I have that. And then I have my son now not talking to me. And so many people are like, don't talk about it on your podcast because it's too personal. Well, I have to be personal. I have to tell you guys what's going on and what it feels like and how that powerlessness we talk about when we are getting sober, especially if you use a 12-step, the 12-step program that I use. And they talk about being powerless. I'm powerless over alcohol. I'm powerless over what the outcome's going to be. I'm powerless over what's going to happen today. And recognize I'm powerless over this. I went and listened to this webinar last night in hopes that he was going to give me some, okay, you're going to go and you're going to walk through this door and you're going to do this and everything's going to work out. That's what I really wanted to have happen. I wanted to have him tell me that. If you do this, everything's going to be idyllic. You're going to have the cleavers. It's going to look great. You're going to have the white picket fence. You go do this, and everything's going to work out. I didn't get that. I've realized that I keep hoping and I keep looking for solutions to problems that are human. And I don't know if any of you guys can relate to this, but we have human problems as human beings, and we're complicated, and things have become even more complicated given the state of the social media and where we are with just everything. It's overwhelming, and there's a lot of fear. There's been a lot of fear put into the world since COVID, and fear is a horrible, horrible feeling because we all want to run away from fear. Me especially, I hate freaking fear. And all these feelings, have resulted in a lot of people drinking more than they ever did. A lot more divorces in a long time, especially in Australia. We heard that from when I had my guest on from Melbourne, and Anne-Marie Raleigh. She talked about how the divorce is so much bigger there. And drinking and drug use is so much bigger than it was before. And here we are, having no control over any of these things, hoping that somebody's going to tell us that if we do this, everything's going to work out and be perfect. And I don't know if that ever happens. And I don't want to be negative, and I don't want to be a putting out bad energy. In fact, I want to put out good energy. I think getting to a place of living in the day is where everything is. I think that for me, and I can only speak for me, if I'm looking at yesterday and things that happened that I can't go back and change, right? Something happens, you have an argument with someone, you have a disagreement, you have an altercation, whatever it may be, something happens, you stop talking to a person, and then time goes on and you're like, you know what, that really wasn't that big of a deal. I want to apologize. I'd like to mend fences with this person. Maybe our relationship won't be exactly as it was before, but I'm willing to go there. I'm willing to open up this can of worms again. Or Pandora's box, whatever you want to call it. I want to go revisit this relationship. And I want to go revisit this relationship. And sometimes, at least for me, it's fallen on deaf ears, meaning I haven't heard anything back. So I can't keep staring and hoping my phone's going to ring, or that I'm going to get an email, or that someone's going to, I don't know, send me a letter. I can't go and live my life hoping and praying on something that I have no control over, right? So that's yesterday's stuff. All I do is take the action to apologize take responsibility for my actions and for what I did. And then what happens from there, I have to let go. I can't keep looking back there going, oh my gosh, where are they? Oh my gosh. And then, beating myself up in the day and going, see, I'm not a nice person. I can't, forgiveness is the hardest thing I think in the entire universe. I think forgiving someone and saying it's okay, especially as, at least for me as an alcoholic, I took all these things so personally for so long, and they were personal, and I was sad, right? I was sad, and I look back to what it was like and what it's like today. When I was first getting sober, I couldn't even go around my family because I was triggered all the time. Trigger. I was triggered. It was scary. I had all these feelings of remorse and sadness and stuff that I couldn't control. So I ran away and I took my ball and went home. Meaning I just stopped talking. I did estrangement. I was like, I can't talk to my family. So I didn't talk to them. 10 years. I didn't talk to my family. Then we mended fences. Then it happened again. And it happened again. And all these things that I've been so powerless over, I tried to now make amends 4 years later, and sometimes it's too late, right? It's too late. But it's not too late in my heart to say, it's okay that they don't want to talk to me. It's okay that things didn't work out the way that I wanted them to work out. It is what it is. I cleaned my side of the street. That's the important thing, is you cleaning your side of the street. What somebody else does is none of your business. And if we live in the day, then we don't have to constantly look backwards and say, well, why didn't they do this? Why didn't they do that? Why didn't this happen? Why didn't that happen? We don't have to do that. We don't have to look backwards. If we're in today, we just have to be in this moment, right here, right now. Wiggle your toes. Touch a piece of furniture. Take a deep breath. I'm in today. I'm in today. I'm in today. I'm in today. That's all I can do is be in today. I can't be in tomorrow. I can't be in yesterday. I just need to be in today. It's hard at times. It's really hard to be in today. It's really hard to be in the moment. We have to retrain our brains, because my brain wants to go, oh, come on, let's go back there again. Let's go back there again. I did it last night. I got on that webinar. I wanted him to give me, I wanted him to give me a solution that was going to fix everything in 1 second, and it didn't. And so it's going to take time. And time takes time. I hate that saying, but it's true. Time takes time. We all have to take time. We all have to sit through the feelings of uncomfortableness. We have to sit through the feelings of inadequacy. We have to sit through the feelings of uncomfortable. Because picking up that drink or picking up that drug is not the answer. Because that's just, that gives you, what, minutes of feeling better? Minutes? Because the buzz lasts like literally seconds. And then you feel terrible again because it's a depressant. And you're back on that same hamster wheel again. So picking up the drink or the drug isn't the answer. It's getting to this place that, okay, I'm going to accept that everything's exactly the way it's supposed to be right now. This is the way my life is supposed to be right now. It is. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't go back in time machine and redid everything I did in my past. I can't. I can learn from my mistakes and not do them anymore. I can let go to that. It takes work. It takes practice. It takes having a sponsor that you can call and say, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm going through. Can you help me? And they will walk you through it. You call a friend. You say, this is where I am. And a friend that isn't going to judge you, and a friend that isn't going to think that you're crazy for going on and on about how you're feeling. A friend is someone who will listen to you. That's what I've loved about my 12-step group, is that I made like real friends that listen to me and don't judge me. And it's not about the material stuff anymore in my life. I've already been there, done that. I don't care about that stuff anymore. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but what I really care about is having real, in-depth conversations with people, being honest with somebody, being honest with myself, realizing that I want to change, that I don't want to be like I used to be, realizing that I have a new set of glasses. I'll put them on. These aren't really them, but, you know, we all have a new set of glasses. And realizing that those new set of glasses give us new opportunities to learn how we want to live in our life as this finite time that we are here. How do we want to go through this life? How do we want to wake up in the morning? How do we want to feel? How do we want to be represented in this world? How do we want to go out of here? How do we want to arrive at those golden gates, you know, and slide in there and think, oh my gosh, this has been an amazing ride? How do we want to do that? It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm going to tell you a couple little things because I'm only doing 20 minutes today because I have like all this crazy stuff going on before I have to run and fly away on Monday. I will have a podcast up next week. That's first thing. I have a dear friend who's been a psychiatrist for 51 years, and he's going to talk about mushrooms, psychedelics, and marijuana, and how that relates to the brain, and how we're trying to replace alcohol with these things and what that means. So it's going to be really interesting. We're going to also hear his life story and growing up with an alcoholic father. So it's going to be really great. So that's next week. That will be going up next Wednesday. Sorry. Then, what else? Oh, I'm having my teachers on, so I'm going to interview them, which is really exciting. I also wanted to throw out there, it's Lent. I'm not Catholic anymore. I've been Episcopalian for a really long time, but I decided that I was going to read the Bible, and I've never read the Bible. I'm 54 years old, and I've never read the Bible before, and I'm going through the book of Genesis right now, and it's been really interesting. I wonder if anybody's interested in doing this with me. Does anybody want to read it with me? Let me know. It's been, I read it literally one sentence at a time because sometimes it's just so much to grasp and to say, did this really happen? Is this real? What, your head goes to at least mine does. Like, is this real? So it'd be really fun to do it with like-minded people. And, I just want to see if anybody's interested. I can't believe I'm reading it. It's been, I actually say it's really been fun. I'm loving it. I'm really, really, really loving it. It's giving a whole new set of glasses for me in terms of what this is, the oldest book that's ever been written, and what it means to me and how it feels and that sort of thing. So I want to throw that out there. And life is really good. It was very stressful making it through this move. And I didn't pick up a drink. And I didn't pick up a drug, and I've been walking through it. And thanks to you guys and all of my listeners and all my subscribers, all of you guys. And the people who write to me, you mean the world to me. And I just wanted to say thank you for being there for me each week and listening to me each week and writing to me and letting me know that we are on this journey together, because it is a humongous, humongous gift. So I will be back next week with Dr. Guilfoyle. I'm very excited about that. And until next time, keep getting real. Keep being you. Keep striving to be a better you. That's all we can do. And we can do it much easier when we are doing this together instead of apart. We need each other. I need you. I need you. I need you guys so much. So, I hope that made sense, and I hope you enjoyed it. And reach out with any questions, comments at elizabeth@elizabethchances.com. If you like my channel, please subscribe and tell your friends about it. All right, until next week. Again, I will be. You won't have me next week. I'll be back. I'll be back on probably not till April by myself, but I'll have guests on. All right, until then, take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care and keep getting busy, living sober. Bye.